Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to study another basic endgame. This is king and queen versus king and pawn at 7th rank. You need to know that white is always winning if it is knight or central pawn. Always. It doesn't matter how far is your king, you are winning. The plan to win is to force black king to come in front of his own pawn, and in that moment you bring your king and repeat it as many times as necessary. So let's see, for example, right now you can give a check, king comes over here, and now you come over here with your queen, forcing this move, and now you have this move. Black king has to come over here, and this is the moment we take advantage of this moment and bring the king. After something like this, for example, we can pin the pawn over here, and now another check, and this is what we were looking for, so we advance our king. If this move, again we repeat the same idea, we threaten the pawn and check, and now he has to block his own pawn. We continue bringing the king. Now we can play something like this if we want, another check, and he has to block the pawn, and now you bring your king. After this, yeah, of course you can take the pawn. So that's what happens if it is a knight or central pawn. You're going to win with that plan. Let's see what's the problem when there is a bishop pawn. Why do I say that it is not always going to be winning? When you give the check, king moves, you come with your queen, you try to get closer to the pawn, and now you're in the position you're looking for. But instead of going over here as you want, black king may come over here, because if you take here, it would be a stalemate. So that's the problem. You cannot take the pawn, and now black is threatening this. So that's the problem. If your king is very far, then you can't win. That's the situation here. But maybe if your king was a little closer, maybe let's say over here, you can win this endgame. Actually, you need your king to be in one of these squares if you want to win. If the king is out of those squares, then it's going to be a draw. So if it's white to move here, you have some ways to win, but for example, this is a good way. You may play here, and if black promotes to queen, then you will have checkmate by playing queen c5 check, king here, queen h5 check, king here, and queen h2 checkmate. So that's the situation. If the king is very far, you're not winning, but if the king is near enough, you can win this endgame. Repeat, the squares are these ones. If your king is in one of those squares or closer, then you're winning this endgame. Well, let's see what happens if it is rook pawn. Let's say the king is far away. Imagine we're going to do the same plan, to come with our queen and get closer. But in some point, when we are going to force black king to come in front, then this is the moment where we should be advancing our king. But now there's like a problem here. We can't advance the king because it could be a stalemate. Black can't move. So that's the situation when it is rook pawn. If it is rook pawn, you need to have your king in one of these squares to win these endgames. If you have it over there or closer, then you are winning this endgame. That's the rule. So Right now it is going to be a draw, but let's see an example where the king is in some of the squares, for example here. Okay, the plan to win almost always begins by putting the queen in the 7th or 2nd rank, and then bring the king to give checkmate. That's the idea. So once we have the queen at the 2nd rank, we bring the king. We can do it right now. Let's say black promotes to queen, and now we could win by playing king g3. That's right. You're threatening checkmate over here and also over here, and there's nothing black can do to stop that. So when it is rook pawn, if your king is not near enough, then it will be a draw. That's the situation here. This is an exceptional endgame. In this position it is white to move. According to the rule of the squares we saw, it should be a draw because the king is out of the squares. But actually it is going to be winning for white. The problem is that the king is not in the squares, but the king can be in the squares in the next move. That's the problem. Okay, the first move is going to be king g6. Very good move. The king has to go out and then check over here. And now the king is in the squares we wanted. That's very good for white. So let's say white comes over here, we can give a check and put the queen at the 2nd rank, as we said. Now the king goes, you can just advance with your king. He promotes, and then you continue advancing, and it's going to be checkmate in the next move. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you have learned and you have enjoyed this, and I hope to see you soon.